survive. We're going to jump into the first game of today in the Wrangle for the second day of the Pmpl SEA Finals Day 2. It's going to be the 6th game for right now. The flight path is beautiful, very balanced here, cutting across Milta Power up to Jogo Pool. So the circle probably, hopefully, will be very balanced as well.
That's what Chuchu will hope for. But, well, you will know my preference right now. I like a little bit of challenge for this player. So maybe go down to the side of Pmpl or military base. That would be pretty nice, really. Okay, I'm going to sound really, really bad right now. But, hey, don't we like a little bit of action? Don't we like a little bit of a challenge? Well, we'll wait and see the circle. Let's see if the circle god loves me a little bit more or loves Chuchu a little bit more. Now, just keeping my eyes on the drop points for this couple of teams here. Megatron Arrow going to their favorite Noble area Team Secret. They used to like Pochinki, but RRQ are Kings of Pochinki as well. So Team Secret won't be contesting it. Very likely they will drop at Gatka and a couple of other teams as well. They have dropped out early, and now looks like Golden Cat, they are going to the side of Jogo Pool.
We are not sure about the dropping points just yet. We do know sometimes. Yesterday, there's a lot of clash of titans happen here between the teams. Did they mark their territory based on the first day performance? Like we said here before, Cloud, that first day is always the most important, and this is a very interesting cosmetics, if you ask me. That hairdo seems like the MCO kind of having it too much for Boyka here. He really needs to get a haircut from the barber based on his avatar.
Yeah, he definitely needs one of that. If not, it's gonna go all the way around. But hey, while you still can consider hair fashion, well, you should, because you don't want to end up like one of these days, you know, like when you become like me, you don't really have much of a choice. But then again, now back to Onyx here. Looks like they have a little bit of a compound there for themselves. And just to remind everybody that peak viewer milestones, everybody in the Southeast Asia PUBG Mobile players will receive special crates. If we do hit 150,000 concurrent viewers, you'll get 1. 200,000 viewers will get 2, and 300,000 viewers will get 3. And there you go. That's the set that you could possibly draw on the side of the screen, as you can see here. So make sure you get everybody to watch it. I mean, everybody. It's everybody. Yeah.
Such an people song, man. It just shows how old we are right now. Nobody listens to this song anymore, my goodness sake. But back about YG, we're looking at them getting themselves loot. Like I said before, this game is all about getting the right dropping points. Be sure to read the circle. Once the moment that you drop, just loot, and be sure to survive till the end. It doesn't matter if you don't have that much kills, as long as you survive to the last circle. But Louis making sure he got the kills there with an AKM. Iron sight on that crosshair as well. Not having that much of attachment, switch it out to M16. Nick kind of in a turmoil, in a really tough spot here, while keep trying to save his friend, having the terrain with a little slope of hill covering him for the moment. Can he disengage from this spot?
Can he? Because we do see here Box Gaming, he has a little bit of a high ground there. Lewis definitely know where Nick is at. Nick is right out in the open. The only thing that maybe can save him is maybe a smoke, and then he tried to move away, or a fast pickup vehicle and zoom off before it gets exploded. So those are a couple of the options. But looks like that backup onto Lewis, and Lewis, he will be the first one to go out. Keep getting first blood here. Wow, that was almost a bait there. Now Matthew will continue to shot, but look at the knockdown from afar. He may have been knocked down, and Matthew will finish off Payme. There you go. 2 team members of Box Gaming sent back to the lobby with the rest of them now in critical state.
I have to give a lot of respect for Onyx Esports here, especially when it comes to the early phase of the game. When it comes to getting the first initial engagement aggressive, Onyx seems to have it all in the first few phases of the game. They are really good when they engage in the early phase. When it comes to the middle phase there, that's where everything gets a bit shaky. While Box Gaming, he got himself the Lord here, the Solo King. Can he take down for Onyx? Matthew is down and away. And now Loki try to get more. And seems like they have the boy Hyuga, his best boy there for the Solo King just now. Knocked down. Not much structure to work with. Cape try to relocate, get a better angle of position himself, while Loki tapping it out with a Mini 14. They are disengaging there for Onyx Esports with that UAZ. They kind of split themselves into 2-1 here. Loki tossing that nade, so while Hyuga will bleed out at the back and his way back into the lobby. Alvaro, on the other hand, tried to toss that nade as much as possible. Now he's down onto Loki only. Will they be the first team to be out and eliminated for day 2 today for Box Gaming?
Oh, that's looking very, very likely at this point. Let's just see now how long Loki can last here. Can he be the trickster? But looks like no tricks coming up from the Loki. And yes, Box Gaming will be the first team to be eliminated from this round today.
That's gonna be a rough start for them. It's just devastating to be the first one to be out. It's still in the first phase of the game. We're down to a couple of seconds till the second phase will actually starting. And KOG Soup, we know how well this team yesterday. They're just really great playing themselves, the positions, reading the circles out. And you can see whenever the circle really matter for them to get themselves in the middle, they just pin that on time. I'm talking about, look at that, with the KDA 2.3, but their kill and damage is 50%. And average knockdown is 175.2 meters. But it doesn't matter if your KDA is not like 10.0, because what really matters is down to team's game here. We're talking about making sure you are in the last few circles. That's where everything matters. That's where you get your points racked up with that position points as well.
Yeah, definitely. They need to rack out the points, because now the top 3, I can say that after yesterday's game, the gap is really widening. Even from 3rd place to 4th place, there's a gap of 30 points, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, it's going to be quite a climb. Plus, it doesn't help that there's only 2 slots to the next round. So, it's going to be hard work for a lot of these other teams if they want to play catch up. So, now, look at this. Kuo, he has a KDA of 1.4, but there you go, 80% kill damage. Wow, this guy is just leading the charts in terms of this. I wonder if there's any other player with a bigger number than 80%, but looks like 80% is a big number here.
It's a huge one. But back to RQ Beer. Okay, Beer is one of the most aggressive players in RQ right now, aside from the Twins here. But oh my goodness, look at that spray just now. And Onyx, Neck just have to build this one. Now they try to get themselves that higher ground, but be denied entrance there entirely by that spray. That was a scary spray there. I wouldn't go into the territory myself, even if I have the chance to. But back about the looting phase here, they need to get themselves at least level 2 gears for Onyx if they want to sustain it a bit more until the late phases of the game.
Yeah, they need to do that, because this is looting phase, especially for all these teams. So we always talk about this, Juju, right? You don't want to be in a lockdown situation too long, because other teams will just take advantage in terms of the loot and be a little bit more advantageous towards the later stages of the game, right? So that's why we do see a fast movement so far that we can see, at least today. Yesterday we did see a little bit of a lockdown, but today so far we can see a lot of them make their fast moves. It's either they eliminate the opponents and get on with their lives, or they start to do those rotations now. A couple of teams are ready, so that's why we can see them smack in the middle of the circle. Hopefully the circle will favor some of them. We need to wait and see as we go along.
Oh, the circle is being very kind for the players. That's really magnificent. But RQ Gina managed to pin one down on Team Secret. Eliminate the murder. I have to say, they're not like how they used to be. I kind of miss how they used to be in Pmpl Season 1 here. They're a bit less aggressive, but Team Secret is in a top spot. Beer coming up from iShot flanks. iShot didn't see anyone coming. They got all caught off guard. RQ flush, almost flushed Team Secret, the whole team down. All that's left is just Matoy, who is not around for Team Secret right now. iShot's been bombarded by Illuminate, who came in out of nowhere, taking the kill underneath the nose of RRQ. They're gonna be super salty about that for RRQ. And this have Matoy left for Team Secret, who probably will be playing the positions later on. But this is what we're looking for. The Titans clashing. The Thailand Titans clashing, the powerhouse going against each other. RRQ, the Legends fighting against the #1 Thailand. But now it seems like Illuminate probably will disengage it and relocate it, or will they pick up the challenge against RRQ? Because apparently it seems like they want to take the fight head on.
Yeah, but okay, let's just see here their movement. Looks like they're going to disengage for now, but RRQ, where did they come from? It's like we're so focused on, okay, I was just looking at Illuminate is going to engage with Team Secret, and I was about to like have that narration in my mind, like, it's going to be the Matoy versus Illuminate again, but then again, RRQ just have to be that third party coming in, and third party before all of that happened. That is not something that we see all the time. Normally we see third party coming after, but well, that's a total different thing that they're doing. And these are things creatively that these teams do. They do things that teams do not expect to happen. There you go, feast your eyes. A lot of this creativity action gonna happen throughout today, that's for sure.
Especially there's only 3 days for the finals. It's so hard to keep track and read the transition and formation of the other teams. We're talking about not much time for them to get their adaptations right against all the other teams. It's not like the long leagues anymore. We're not talking about a 3 weeks tournament. We're talking about down to 3 days. If you don't rack up your points today, you will miss it all around. You will miss the World League, which is going to be the eternal glory later on. This is what you've been playing for. You have to make sure you got yourself that 2 slots here, while Nongbeam crushing himself into the spot where the other Golden Cat is right now, just around mansion if I'm not mistaken. But they will go into this warehouse, which apparently one of the strongest fortress there is. But the moment you want to leave this warehouse, it's gonna be a huge problem because it's kind of an open terrain and not much covers to work with.
Yeah, it could be a big problem depending on how the rotation or other teams are. So it looks like a little bit of a calmness before the storm, I like to call it, right? Because it is still the second circle for now. Only one team so far have been eliminated, which is Box Gaming. Unfortunately for them, a little bit too soon there. Now we are 15 teams. As we can see here, 55 still alive. So looks like Box Gaming, they will make their rotation. Megatron RA, they are close by, just making themselves into the circle. Now they need to find a good compound for themselves. But look at this, Morph is just in front of them. Earlier we see the Thais fighting on each other, and it could be the Indonesians next. But now Golden Cat against the bad boys. The shot now is really, really close by, just behind the wall. The spray goes out, does not connect enough. Golden Cat is waiting for the right situation. Now dead shot. Getting a couple of shots there. Half-life now onto dead shot. And now he's not dead yet, don't worry, but he'll try to find that shot.
Oh no, becoming the nade just now. That shot knocked down and away. We have another player there fighting against another team, tossing so many nades here. This is where all the nades matter. We're talking about 15 teams still intact. Only the third phase of the game. The Great Migration usually happens at the fourth phase. But Hydra knocked down on Zaxi. The Bigatron sisters seem like already have siblings rivalry between these two teams. Morph just have to butt in as well. Going into that kill feed. Ransky taking an advantage there. Drax tapping his one now, and it seems that Ransky with a minute 14 tried to pick a shot right at him being knocked down just now, while Microboy and Luxy try to approach how to revive their teammate at the back, popping the smokes already, but Morph fanning out for their formation just around the shelter right now. They try to play it very cautious here, and Morph is not doing rash decision either. We're talking about Ransky slowly but surely going to approach it on the flank side.
Yeah, they are getting closer and closer. We do see here, not too sure if Luxy can can help themselves at the back there, but looks like Morph is definitely giving pressure. That is what we're sure. And Micro Boy relocates himself into this compound. Okay, so that's a little bit information gathering there. So he can tell his teammates that, Luxy, okay, this is clear. You can move in here. Ryzen, now it's your turn. Now Ryzen, we can see him making the run for it. Nothing else to cover him, so it's a little bit of a risk there, but hopefully he can reach there. But look at this, the spray does go for Madara. Oh my goodness, the accuracy. And Nick have been knocked down by Madara from afar with just a couple of sprays there. That was really, really good play.
Nick, that was unfortunate for him. It seems like he doesn't have any backup for now. While Boyka pinning one down on No Mercy from Morph. Bad Boy still going at a stalemate against Golden Cats. They have been going for this forever. The moment they stepping out from that warehouse, Golden Cats has no cover set for the trees. But looking at the next circle here, it's going to be a wild cut for most of the players. But Golden Cats and Bad Boys will have to go for a stalemate quite a bit longer, but at the same time, RRQ is slowly approaching from the southern side, southwest of the map. We have a couple of teams who will rotate a little bit late. Same goes for Yoodo Gang and KOG. Yoodo have to cut across Mansion from the northern side there if they want to get into the zone. Where we have YG will force themselves a fight against Orange Esports later on, already sharing the same compound just on the outskirts of Mansion. And Big Boss, we're having him playing the terrain so far.
Yep. Now, Big Boss, yes, he has the terrain, but he doesn't have the circle. But now, moving over to the compound fight here, looks like the Bad Boys, they need to show that they're the Bad Boy. Kuvet now, just beside him, there's the runner down. Blacklist International, they are sieging it, taking one out. Can they take it out? Oh, they right there. They were going to throw one not for long. They will be taken out there. So look at this. Bad Boys have been eliminated by Blacklist International. That was going hard and fast, and the action hasn't stopped here. Fredo tossing out the grenade on the side of KOG, and now Concept being clipped out. Another grenade tossed out by Fredo, but still does not connect the second one.
They're playing multi-level of ground here. Speaking of KOG, they tried to toss that nade underneath them, but Drax being knocked down, bleeding out as well. KOG only have 2 members left, but Concept still pinned one down on Fredo. Now it's all against all odds just now, but it's just back to fair play here. Concept trying to cook that nade, half HP gone, but the moment he tossed it wrongly, somebody tossed it in the window, and Concept tried out away, retreating for now for covers. They just keep on tossing Manpar and try to flush it out, but Fredo needs somebody to revive him. He's bleeding out at the moment, and so with M416 try to get himself a better angle to get his crosshair onto somebody from Yoodo Gang.
Oh, look at this. KOG, they are disengaging, but Concept just keeping us outside of Yoodo Gang. Now, Onyx is just across there, but a little bit too far, though. Fredo will be revived by his captain, Manpara. From behind, Manpara with the spray glove, but oh, look at that. The long-range shot onto Concept and finish up by Fredo. Concept kind of overstayed there, and now KOG will lose the team member. All of these things are still outside the compound or outside the circle, but Jumper is rushing it. Oh my goodness, he is jumping into the action here. Is he going to engage immediately? Looks like not yet. He is just going to give pressure through his grenades, but Boss will move down to the ground floor.
Oh, Jumper, he's trying to stay still as much as he can, but he's looking in a different direction there. Oh, he wrecked so much for Boss just now. Still managed to pin one down. That was really close. He tried to steal the deal by killing it up straight away, but Boss going back into that apartment just now. He tried to heal himself and reset by Fredo alongside with his captain, Demon Parang. Will rush this one out. Boss managed to reset for himself that region just now, but at the same time, this fight has been going on forever. It's down to Boss KOG. Here's the solo survivor for KOG now. Manpara, oh, that was just nice. Backed up by Fredo. Eliminates KOG on the 13th place. That's not a great start for KOG at all.
Yeah, not a great start for KOG, but also well played by Yoodo Gang there. Managed to kill off KOG and only losing one, I believe, which is Drax, if I'm not mistaken, earlier. And now moving over to Yangon Galacticos versus Orange. They are both outside the circle, and the circle will close in about 25 seconds. Now, Yangon Galacticos, they have all 4 vehicles for themselves. So it will be easier for them to make that rotation. Not too sure about orange. So Yanggu, they are playing the patient game for now. They still have 10 seconds though, so they can still hang on to this and see if they can maybe get 1 or 2 kill points before they move on.
And YG Meticulous is trying to approach this on every side. At the same time, Orange Esports doesn't have that much place to work with. We do see that the blue zone is slowly creeping it up behind them, while Luca on Talon's side here tried to go against Morph. He advanced forward, but can he take that UAZ out of this wall zone here? We're talking about D2E getting that explosion on no mercy from Morph. Madara have to butt in for Onyx versus Madara. Right now, Pino will give an extra hand at the back. YG just approaching here around the mansion area. We have another team, Blacklist International, doing great today. It wasn't so great yesterday, but it's a different team today. While the rest of the team marching into joining the freight rescue, spraying down on G9. He missed a couple of bullets. That's really crucial at that time. While D2E tried to take a revenge on that side here, getting one on down for Morph. But Onyx will be eliminated at 11th place so far. They won't play this one along. Bigatron Rising taking down on YG. They're going on Jaxi. This kill fit is going crazy right now.
Wow. For one moment we see Morph. Another moment we see RRQ coming in and just mopping them out. That is like wild play by RRQ. Now we have to move over to again RRQ. Now they have eyes on the other side. They are not giving any opportunity to other teams at this point. Just like how Yanggu Galacticos looks like they're not given opportunity by Bigatron. RA Microboy have been knocked down here first. It will be popped out by AK. And now Ryzen will need to make a move in. He wants to save his teammate because Microboy is bleeding out at this point. But then again, it would be a 2-on-1 matchup if he just moves it at this point. Now Blacklist International will bow out at number 9 place. Orange with a tap out here from afar, trying to get a kill still. And yes, there you go. Pov managed to get a kill off Microboy and continue the pressure onto the side of Bigatron RA.
Ryzen, the only man that's left for the team, while YG have to fight against Pop now, giving so much pressure across that map there. Even though they are just next to each other for Bigatron Radiance against YG, but it's easy to focus what's in front of you instead of what's left and right of you. But Ryzen, he's just being sandwiched there quite hard by many perspectives. We're talking about everything. Plays all left, right, and center, while Fredo getting on Madara at the same time. Pop with a mini 14 still keep tabs on every single team that's moving. Everything that moves on the map will be the victim of his bullet from that mini 14. But back about the game, team still have 7 of them, but not much players alive. We're talking about 18 players only, while Manparang and Yoodo kind of stuck in the middle of so many teams in between. Is touching the rim. So far, only 3 teams in the safe zone.
Yeah, only 3 teams in the safe zone, but now just look at this. Some of the teams trying to make a fast movement into the zone with the vehicles. And now we do see RRQ. They are relocating themselves just at the edge of the circle. 2 team members there, spreading out a little bit. Ernie is on the other side as well. And now they are trying to take different flanks, but they also have to take care of their time. And just like what they're doing right here, they are not allowing Golden Cat to move into the circle. Golden Cat has to make a rotation, but they need to lose 1 team member in the process. And now moving over to another location, Yanggu Galacticos is next.
Oh, look at that spray by Pop C. It's not connected, but he got punished straight away. Almost shredded his vest at that. And now, ooh, that nade hitting AK quite hard there. Straight away, crawling onto his knees. AK will be down. And it's down to only a couple of members there. We don't have 4 men in any of these teams. RRQ 3 members, same goes for Orange there. While you only have duos, the rest of teams, except for Eliminate, only solo play. Golden Cats have to go against the odds as well as PUBG being finished here, down to EQ to take up the responsibility. But everybody's kind of in the rim of a circle. It's all down to playing it quiet and silent, and the snake game has begun.
Yeah, the sneaking has begun. But then again, is it going to continue to be good? We'll need to see too much open area here. Astro trying to put his crosshair onto his opponents, but it's not going to be easy for him to see. The terrain here is a little bit uneven, as we can see here from the high view from our observers, ladies and gentlemen. And now Talon looks like they will bow out at number 7. That means that, oh, okay, that's going in quickly. There's only 5 teams left because Golden Cat will bow at number 6. Oh, just as I mentioned, one by one is going out. Illuminate as well at number 5 will be sent back to the lobby.
This is an open terrain. Basically, there's nothing to cover all this place except for that one singular tree and a crate in the middle. And there's a couple of stone structure, but that's just right outskirts of it, and it's in the blue zone. Pmpl realized that he doesn't want to stay in that blue too much. He is straight away chugging his energy drink, while the rest of Orange and Yoodo, RRQ, seems like having the vision onto YG, because YG is the only team that across them so far. Like I said, and I mentioned before, it's easier to focus what's in front of you instead of what's aside, what's left and right. Alfredo spraying over Orange now. Stalker has been knocked down here. Stalker tried to just get out from this spray. Too much pressure, but the explosion almost hit Stalker, knocked down. And there's no way Orange gonna save that one. It will expose and give away the positions there. YG see that one coming. Astro took the risk there. D2E did the same thing. Both of them approaching with that car vehicles by themselves. D2E cooking that nade onto. It will be a Kobe probably, but Pmpl still it just underneath D2E. No, just now getting that kills for Yoodo game for themselves. That duo, Fredo and Pmpl. While Fredo being the support, Pmpl is go on full aggression here.
Yeah, Pmpl, he needs the points because he wants to be safe by end of this day. And now it's only Pmpl as well as Fredo. This point, Fredo with a shot go up, but this time it does not connect yet. They do know that Astro is in front of, but Astro is bleeding out though. Better focus on POV or other team members out there. And now we do see RRQ as well. They are in the middle. In front of is the airdrop though, so they can go for it. D2E is the closest nearby. And now the spray do go up for POV, but does not connect enough there. Pmpl looks like half-line number 5 Fredo will be sent back out to the lobby as well as Pmpl and Yoodo gang have to bow out at 4th place.
And just now, Yoodo gang at 4th place is not that happy about it, and then they won't get themselves one more chicken for today. But Orange now down to only one person, Puff Puff, while they're fighting against one of the greatest legendary players for RRQ here, who is desperate to get himself into the World League later on. We do see them doing very different from yesterday. Let himself one chicken dinner yesterday, but it's not going to be enough. You want to get yourself into the World League. Speaking of which, YG Tamio sitting this one very quietly. Puff Puff kind of got discovered by Blue just now. There was a nice straight head on. Even the Puff managed to knock one down, but it's still, that was the bait by RRQ. Down to 3v2 now. YG versus RRQ. Can YG finally land himself one chicken dinner for the first time today?
Oh, IG do it. This will be a big question here because it's against RRQ though, and we do know RRQ, one of the strongest teams around so far based on the standings. Can they actually do it? Can they beat the odds? It is the odds of not only the reputation of RRQ, it is the odds of 3v2 at the same time. And now the smoke is between RRQ and also Yangon Galacticos. Can they beat the odds?
Myanmar teams from the wildcard region trying their best to squeeze themselves and let themselves into that advancement towards the crate, but at the same time it's against the odds here. QB3, they have more numbers for RRQ, and it's just RRQ getting themselves another chicken dinner for today, and a good start for them as well. The Thai teams jumping themselves the fence here. RRQ Athena opening up the second day of the finals SEA with 11 kills starting off. That's a lot of catching up to do, plus a chicken dinner. Great game by RRQ Athena, followed by YG at second place just now.
Another double-digit kill chicken dinner for RRQ, ladies and gentlemen. 11 kills, amazing on the board. And now looking over the highlight here for us to release the moment. This was very, very early for a couple of teams there. As you can see here, look at this. Box Gaming, unfortunately, have to give their point away to Onyx. Onyx will happily take the point away. And now Team Secret, well, we did see them not secure themselves high enough into the standings. So Team Secret third partying to the Team Secret. So that's why it was a little bit tough for them.
Morph and Bigatron, both teams trying to get the better, but both teams didn't make it out for the top 5. Luckily, on the other hand, they have been performing better than yesterday. I'm talking about their reaction time, and it seems like their performance are tipped up on their peak here, but it's just unfortunate themselves to get a right sandwich between so many teams. Yoodo, this was a good fight against Yoodo gang. It was head-to-head. Yeah, it's anybody's game at that point. But Ransky fighting against RIQ, there's too much RIQ members on that point. Talons almost had it at first, but that long shots come up from Ernie, giving so much pressure on that side. Just knocked down too many Talon side as well.
Yeah, and just look at this. Orange just eliminating Yoodo gang from trying to rotate into the circle. And of course, we all know at the end of the day, RRQ managed to get a chicken dinner. And now, moving on to the leaderboard, number 1, going up the charts is RRQ Athena with 120.